We're in our 40s, and what I think is that God somehow managed our timing so that we spent time after our long-term relationships. We both came from 10-year relationships, and we really worked on ourselves to really understand what healthy love is.
Black guys.
Loved black guys, yeah. I did. But for me, dark meat on the side, white keeps me mean and lean. You know, that's why I married white man. That's what I like.
Hold up.
The drama between Jeezy and Jeanie Mai is hitting new levels of chaos, and it has officially entered the toxic zone. Honestly, it's been messy from day one, especially since G claims Jeezy completely caught her off guard with the whole thing, and she didn't see the divorce coming. It has been from one chaotic drama to another. But this recent one just might take the cake for the messiest showdown that we've seen from them, because the police literally had to get involved before things got seriously violent. There were reports that G almost got jumped when she went to Jeezy's house, and girl, this situation is way more serious than we thought. So let's break this insane situation down. Jeezy and Jei's divorce had everyone shook, because we thought that they were pretty solid, but then Jei says psych and file for divorce in September 2023. G made it clear that she was blindsided by the divorce, and that was the moment we knew that the divorce was not going to be peaceful, just when you thought. The Jeezy and Jeanie Mai saga couldn't get any wilder. We found out that Jeezy had the whole divorce plot brewing for months. He had those papers prepped, signed, sealed, and ready to go since June 2023, but he was out here playing the role of a loving husband and doting dad to their little girl Monaco. Like nothing was up. Fans were shook over how sneaky Jeezy was, especially when you think about how much G gave up for him before Jeezy. She wasn't even about the marriage and kids life, but once he came into the picture, she did a full 180 and reworked her whole life to fit his vibe. We're grown, we're in our 40s, and what I think is that God somehow managed our timing so that we spent time after our long-term relationships. We both came from 10-year relationships, and we really worked on ourselves to really understand what healthy love is like. But hold up, things took an even messier turn when word got out that Jeezy's cold move to blindside Jeanie might not have been so out of the blue after all. There were rumors that Jeezy suspected G of getting a little too close to her co-host Mario Lopez, and suddenly Jeezy's messy approach to filing for divorce started to make a little more sense if he thought that he was getting cheated on. Once these cheating rumors hit the internet, social media was in flames, with everyone tearing apart Jeanie and Mario's on-screen energy. And let's be real, their chemistry was undeniable, so the idea of something more happening doesn't feel completely random. Alright, I'm with my girl G. My first day at the job, guys, a proud Vietnamese girl. We're both first generation. I'm going to have her hook me up with some Vietnamese. Then there's also the fact that Jeanie herself has admitted that she prefers white men over black men. You dated black guys, loved black guys. Yeah, I did, but for me, dark meat on the side, white keeps me mean and lean. You know, that's why married white man, that's what I like. Hold up, at first G tried to fight for their relationship, and according to an insider, Jeanie Mai is devastated that her marriage is over and wants her family unit back. The truth is, G wants her marriage to work and wants her family to be one solid unit. She is devastated that Jeezy fought for divorce. Jeanie deeply loves Jeezy, and she wants to work things out. She did not get married to get divorced. This was not a part of the plan. But Jeezy was not open to resolving their issues, and he threw some serious shade at G with his cryptic comment, too focused on who I'm becoming to focus on who's not coming with me. Yeah, at that point it was clear that he had emotionally checked out of the marriage. Well, from there on it was a chaotic mess, but G came out to claim that Jeezy allegedly put paws on her when they were married, and he was an irresponsible father to their daughter Monaco. According to G, in 2022, Jeezy berated her in a car after asking the driver to step out of the car. According to the court documents, he hurled insults such as "you and I can't wait to divorce you when you get back." Jeanie also claimed that she was held against her will, and Jeezy struck her a closed fist across her cheekbone and causing a subconjunctival hemorrhage. She claimed that they went to therapy after that, but Jeezy's behavior didn't change. 3 months later, there was another incident at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in San Francisco, and she claimed that she was choked from behind as she was ascending the stairs and pushed down the stairs by Jeezy. She added that Jeezy allegedly proceeded to verbally assault her and called her an FNB and repeated, "I can do so much better than you." Hotel security later intervened and provided protection to Ma after she claimed to feel unsafe. She talked about another experience where she was with Jeezy at an event, but he got mad when he couldn't find her after the incident. Mai claims Jeezy demanded the pair leave the party after asking the driver to leave the vehicle. Jeezy allegedly began to verbally add me, and she attempted to exit the car twice. However, she claims Jeezy then grabbed her by the neckline of her dress, resulting in the dress being torn in multiple 2 to 3 inch scratches across her right breast due to Jeezy's fingernails. Then there was this other time when Jeezy crashed a gold cart that they were both in because he was drunk. She also claimed that Jeezy had crashed another vehicle during their marriage after drinking too much. She also claimed that Jeezy had endangered their daughter Monaco by refusing to keep his firearm secure around the toller. According to reports, G found the toller with her then-husband's Louis Atomig with his AK-47 inside at the couple's home. In the complaint, Mai stated that she requested Jeezy's gun to be secured inside the house, and the rapper allegedly failed to do so. While Jeezy was not about to let G spread this narrative accusing her of lying, he released a statement that said the allegations are not only false but also deep disturbing, especially coming from someone I love. This malicious attempt to tarnish my character and disrupt my family is ridiculous. It's disheartening to witness the manipulation and deceit at play, and at this time, my main concern is being an active father to our daughter as I continue to fight for court-mandated joint custody. Rest assured the truth will prevail through the proper legal channels. But he didn't stop there, because he also claimed that the alleged DV pictures that G included in her lawsuit were fake and were from the golf cart that he had crashed with them both in it, and not as a result of him being physical with her. He shared a series of text messages, and in one, he apologized for the crash, saying, "I'm so sorry, babe, haven't forgiven myself for putting you in danger. I've been uneasy and sad about it." G then replied, "It was not intentional, it was an accident, but we do need to be more careful, especially when we're drinking, babe. I don't think you know your own strength when you drank." In another series of texts she shared with him a picture of her swollen leg, and Jeezy wrote, "It looks swollen, and how open was your foot? It looks like it may have needed stitches, but it is healing." He also added, "Have you had any other issues since, like headaches, loss of memory, or seizures, child?" These two were insanely messy, but their divorce was finally settled last year. "We thought that they had finally gotten over the BS. But it looks like we were wrong on that end, because an incident just happened that almost got out of hand. See, after their divorce last year, G still had some items at the house she and Jeezy used to live in. According to reports, the items include some expensive design bags, her Emmy Award, and a couple of other things. She and Jeezy agreed in court on a date and time for her to pick her things up, but when she got there, Jeezy wasn't in, and she was denied entry into the house to get her things. According to reports, she mentioned that Jeezy's house manager, on the orders of Jeezy, refused to grant access to her and her security team to access the garage where her items were stored. In fact, the house manager called Jeezy, who again confirmed that G and her movers were not to access her items, disregarding the court order entirely. She declared in emotion, "Mai decided to call the Atlanta Police Department to the scene in order to gather a report on Jeannie's denial of access. G, as always, was the consummate professional." Other sources went on to say that when the police officer notified the house manager that a court order was being breached, the house manager had to adapt quickly and establish a new entry restriction. The house manager then enforced that anyone entering on behalf of Ma must sign a non-disclosure agreement at the direction of Jeezy. As soon as Mai gained entrance, she explained that seeing her boxes was unpleasant to behold as they had suffered severe damage. Despite the Jeezy's lawyer reportedly commending him for keeping her items safe, Mai claimed her boxes, which carried immeasurable personal value, were left in a mess. Jeannie claimed that rats had gotten into her boxes, and they were soaked through with water, leaving some of her items ruined. According to her lawyer, the boxes were wet with water having soaked through the boxes, damaging personal items. There were mouse traps set in the garage, presumably set for mice that had eaten through some of the boxes. Child, what a hot mess. The fact that the police had to be called just tells us that things between these two are probably never going to cool down, and it's always going to be from one chaos to another, especially because they have a little girl together that they need to co-parent together. But I want to know how y'all feel about this situation, so drop your thoughts in the comments, then check out this next video.